Keep pressing.
Hello and welcome to Leatt LIVEmaniacs Day 2. I'm Craig Stone and joining me is Chris Birch, former winner and 5-time podium gold class. Chris, we are at the top of the world here in Straja.
This is an incredible place to be, incredible place to get to ride motorcycles. I think everybody's going to feel very fortunate to be here at the end of this day.
So yesterday we had a pretty long stage from Sibiu to Petrashan. It was almost 180 kilometers for the gold class. Chris, that's a long day in the saddle for anybody.
It is a very long day in the saddle. 180 Ks on a bike on the road is not easy, and that's not what these guys were doing. The open, fast sections across the top of the mountains, that's still very, very taxing. There's holes, there's bumps, there's rocks. Everyone was looking pretty second-hand around the paddock last night.
That seemed to be the consensus amongst most of the riders. So let's go down to the start area this morning and see how they're all feeling today.
Good morning from the start of Offroad Day 2. Yesterday already pushed the riders to their limits. Now it's time for a fresh new start. Let's see who's ready for the start. Morning, Mani. Yesterday you said it was a long day. Did you discover many bruises?
No, not so much, which is nice. Definitely a bit beaten up, but I think everybody feels the same. After 7 hours day on a bike, everybody's a little bit sore. So we're trying to get warmed up on the tracks and hopefully can feel pretty good on the bike today.
What are the expectations when it comes to challenges for today?
I think the LIVEmaniacs section is a new section. I've never ridden it as well, and I don't really remember this area at all from 2018, so I'm pretty excited to ride some new trails hopefully and some different stuff. But I think the LIVEmaniacs right before the finish is going to be probably quite intense.
Yesterday was a pretty long day, 7 hours on the bike takes a toll on the body, so feeling a bit sore this morning, but we're ready to go for day 2.
How many kilometers did you ride yesterday?
I think was like 180 or something, so it's a pretty long day.
Would you prefer rain or heat?
To be honest, I would prefer rain. Not all the time, but a bit of rain would be good.
Any challenges you would like to encounter?
Yeah, I hope it's gonna be a really difficult day because yesterday it was super fast, was a bit scary in some places. We arrived at 160 kilometers per hour, so I think we were pushing. And yeah, we'll see how it's going. Even if it's fast, we will push too, so we'll see.
One more question. Would you prefer 20 more horsepower or 20% more energy?
20% more energy, far away.
Smart answer. Thank you and good luck.
Chris, how impressive are those big bikes going over the MTB hopper ramps there at the start?
That was a good example of who's got the fancy suspension and who doesn't, isn't it? Wow. The adventure guys, from what I saw this morning, they got what they wished for. So yesterday it was a faster, more open day for the guys. From what I saw this morning, chasing them around, it was straight into much more technical riding. And the one rock garden I got to watch, that's one of those sections that in a regular adventure ride, you think, oh no, we're not going this way. But this is this is no regular adventure ride. This is Red Bull Romaniacs.
And Manuel Lettenbichler saying that yesterday's Leatt LIVEmaniacs was intense, but he seemed to breeze through it. You and I had a quick walk through the section today, and it's completely different to what they had yesterday.
Absolutely. This is almost a completely different style of hard enduro track. So the really cool thing with the transition day that we did yesterday to get out to Petrosan is now we're in the mountains. We're in the big high alpine stuff with a totally different way of riding, and it's big loose rocks. It's intimidating. Like, just there's several sections as we were walking around, like, I don't understand this bit, but one lap. Maybe if you gave me half a day, 3 laps, I don't think it's happening.
So I think if you're a good problem solver, good at Tetris or that sort of thing, because you're really going to need to apply yourself on today's loops.
Absolutely. And these big sort of alpine boulders, there's so many gaps and holes on the other side that you can't see. So we had the advantage of walking it.
Yes.
These guys don't get that. The first time they're seeing this terrain is the first time they're riding on their motorcycles. And it's an incredible skill to be able to almost know what's on the other side of the rock, know where to plant your wheel when you don't actually see it.
So let's go and have a look at what happened yesterday, because there was a massive battle going on in the mountains yesterday.
After the spectacular prologue, Offroad Day 1 took the world's best hard enduro riders deep into the Romanian Carpathians, where the real battle finally began. Brutal climbs, technical descents, relentless forests, and iconic signature sections immediately separated the fastest from the rest. Defending champion Leatt LIVEmaniacs faced an early setback when a dead battery cost him around 10 minutes. But instead of giving up, he delivered an incredible comeback, charging through the field with the speed and precision that have made him one of the sport's greatest champions. By the finish, LIVEmaniacs had turned adversity into victory, taking the overall lead after day 1. Behind him, Fyodor Kovachev produced another outstanding ride to secure second place, while Michael Walkner completed the top 3 after a consistently strong performance in the demanding terrain. Across every class, riders battled soaring temperatures, endless technical sections, and the unforgiving Carpathian wilderness. Day 1 proved that at Red Bull Romaniacs, nothing comes easy. One day down, 3 more mountain battles still lie ahead. Adventure stories coming in after a moment from our partner.
So keep your eyes on the road and eyes. Follow it a little while longer. You can change on too. Even if you're already dead, it's right to your head. Believe it if you want to.
Super happy to win the prologue with a big bike. First time, it's unreal.
Feel a little bit stiff, to be honest, but after 10 minutes it's gonna be gone. Sun is up.
It was a very tough day, I will say, super fast. I'm not used to go so fast all the way. Paul was flying at the end, and we had a good rhythm, all 3 of us, and I enjoyed a lot.
It was so unbelievable, really. I had no idea how much I can enjoy the riding, but it was unreal. The landscape and everything, the track was so nice, bike feels so good.
Good race, good rhythm with these 2 guys. We were pushing a lot, so I think we will do a big gap with the other ones. I was risking a lot because I was leading, so I tried to put a good rhythm, and yeah, I'm happy. Honestly, today I'm happy. I think I'm second.
The biggest difference is to go so fast and maintain the speed in the grass fields. These guys were flying, and this bike is huge. And normally with enduro bike, you go 80 or 90 kilometers per hour. This bike, you look and it's like 120. So it's like super sketcy, but we made it happen till the end. Hopefully the next 3 days goes well as well.
They put us through that abandoned whatever it is, and there was some steep, crazy concrete tunnels and stairs, and they just throw everything at you. You don't know what to expect with this race. It's amazing. I'm happy to be here.
Chris, we have absolutely beautiful skies out here, perfect conditions, but the riders seem to be taking it quite tough out there today. We did speak about it yesterday that because we're doing a loop here from Straja, that now they're going to be hit. Now they're going to go into the really tough sections.
Absolutely. I think anybody that complained that yesterday was a bit too fast, bit too easy, will be eating their words today. So the guys are running a bit behind, and that's basically we thought they'd be here by now, and they're working really hard, and they haven't got here yet.
Yeah.
That shows you how tough the terrain is out here today. It was interesting talking with the adventure guys last night, and talking with all the top guys. That it was all a bit fast, and they were pushing. Everyone kind of blamed each other for pushing too hard. But these guys are all born racers, all true competitors. Like, they might be on the edge of their comfort zone, but there's no way they're going to back off and let their competitor, or a lot of these guys are friends, eke any time on each other. They're all pushing each other to their absolute limit, and that's been happening today from what I've seen.
And I think Mario Roman today, knowing that today is going to be a bit tougher, he's going to be all smiles and it's going to be suiting him. We know that like Paul Torres, Kevin Gullis, they have the technique over a single obstacle, but throw 10 or 12 of them together, string them together, and it's a completely different ball game.
Absolutely, and the interesting thing with the adventure bike class is, all these bikes are completely different. You saw in the opening clip of all the different bikes landing off the wooden kicker jump there, and so you've got the small little twin-cylinder CF Moto 450 all the way through to Johnny Walker's giant Triumph Tiger 900 triple cylinder motor, and I'm so impressed with Johnny.
Yeah.
We all know he's an absolutely incredible rider. There's no doubt of that whatsoever, but. Man, I don't know how they went through a rock garden today, and I don't know how he got that bike through there so quickly, but so cleanly as well. He's not breaking the thing. He's not beating it to death.
So let's have a flyover clip. We're going to show you a flyover of today's racetrack for the gold competitors. So, Chris, 127 kilometers today. Here at Leatt LIVEmaniacs, we're probably a kilometer or so from the finish. So when they arrive here at Leatt LIVEmaniacs, I think they're going to be spent.
Absolutely. So riding this track when you're feeling fresh is one thing. Riding this track when you can barely even pull the clutch in.
Yeah.
That's a completely different scenario.
And the sections of the track that we walk, there's some massive, massive holes, big ledges to get up. You need to muster up everything you've got.
Absolutely, and that's getting up. And on the way down, if you make one mistake, it's going to be like you're on a log flume ride all the way to the bottom.
Yes.
It's real potential for the bike to get away, and everything's rolling and moving underneath you, and once that ball starts rolling. Whew.
And the mental fatigue sets in. You sort of start making poor decisions, maybe not taking the right line that you should be taking.
Absolutely. And I think, though, there is a benefit to the guys knowing that they are right at the finish and that you don't have to hold anything back. We're going to get to watch the best guys in the world just empty their tanks in this Leatt LIVEmaniacs section.
So let's go to Ghost Valley from this morning and see how they got on at Ghost Valley.
Hurry, make space. Hurry, 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 hurry. Johnny Walker behind you. Hey, Johnny. Hey. Yeah. Morning.
So thanks to our race organizer, Martin Frenademets, there for bringing us those images. Chris, the struggle is real out there.
Yeah, and that was straight off the start. You could see the headlights in the forest there. The sun was still really low. That was straight off the start. No warm up. You guys thought yesterday was too easy? Check this out.
Yeah, and we've been having some real close battles in the adventure classes. Let's go and have a look at a clip from the adventure classes.
Start of day 2, Red Bull Romaniacs. The guys are going to be in for an absolutely spectacular one today. Like, look at these mountains. This is what they get to play in all day. The ultimate guys are straight into it. With the light guys and the core guys going to have a beautiful ride up on the top of these mountains. The ultimate guys are going to be straight in the creek, getting worked over pretty hard.
So this is going to be a real warm-up challenge in the morning for the ultimate adventure class guys. It's slippery, it's rocky, there's lots of places to catch the wheel, catch the sump on the big bikes. They're going to have to be quite tactical on how fast they push down here.
Let's go, Mario! Buena, buena! Go to there, yep! Go, Kevin, yeah, Kevin!
Definitely a more technical section for the Adventure Ultimate guys, and the sort of stuff where you've got to be quite careful with your bike. Real tactical decisions, but they're still holding really good speed.
Johnny! Cheers, man. Out to the right, out to the right! Whoa! Yeah, Kevin! Nice one!
Stuff, you want those long legs.
1, 2, 3, yep. There we go.
Definitely what you want through here is long legs.
Awesome shots there, Chris, and you got to see it firsthand. How special was that?
Yeah, I had a very fun start to my day. It was amazing getting to see these guys. Like, it's amazing how these bikes just stand up to it. Like, I don't think doing what these guys are doing was in the design brief of any of these motorcycles, but it's working.
And yesterday we had the guys going through one of the old coal mines, as well as today, this morning. We can hear from Diana. She is at the coal mine in Straja. Let's see what we have down there with Diana.
Yeah, face, să fie bine ca să nu fie rău. Hello and welcome to Leatt LIVEmaniacs Offroad Day 2. I'm here at the last mine in Lupeni. It's a spectacular location and it's awesome. We already had the Adventure Ultimate guys passing through it. It starts right here. It goes up until the end at floor number 4 and then they go even at level 8. Actually, it's very dangerous. It's almost unreal. It looks unreal because this is actually a building which was built over 100 years ago. It's very old. It was very hard to get the permissions to ride here, but in the end, after months of negotiations, we managed it. The riders were super excited when they arrived here. For example, the ultimate riders, they stopped for 20 minutes and they were all looking like, wow, what is this place? This is so nice. We should come back here next year. So yeah, we're looking forward to hear their emotions when they get back to the finish. We are also expecting the gold guys to arrive. And what else? I think I'm going back to Craig right now. Back to you, Craig.
So, Chris, we have a race in our hands again today in the gold class. The times were very, very close this morning through most of the track, about 24 seconds separating Manuel Littbichler and Tero Kabachev. But it looks like Manny has dropped the hammer. He's got a 4-minute lead on Tero before they come into Leatt LIVEmaniacs.
That's incredible. Teo is a real sort of big mountain specialist. This is quite familiar territory for him. And, to be this close together, we haven't really seen that for a few years. Normally at this stage, we're talking about Manny managing some, great 15-minute plus gap. 4 minutes is a lot, but it's not 15.
No, it's not. And there's going to be some good choices of lines in the Leatt LIVemaniacs that we'll see just now. And let's go across to another one of our signature sections from this morning to get a load of the action that we had there.
Oh, good one.
The wrong leg.
Chris, I don't want to overhype it and overdo it. And those guys going through that signature section this morning looked like they were not doing so well. I think when they see what they've got in store here at Leatt LIVemaniacs, they're going to be in disbelief.
Yeah, it's our Leatt LIVemaniacs section. Don't want to give away too much, but it's 3 laps of that turned up to 11. I'm glad I'm not racing it. Maybe are we going to see the rise of the South Africans, do you think? This is big mountains, rocky terrain. That's your guys, that's your home country, right?
Definitely suits the riding style. And this morning we had Tom Scales was on an absolute charge. At one point he was third on the standings for the day, which was amazing, as well as James Moore chasing him down. Matthew Green, as we saw there, going through the rocks. The South Africans definitely love the rocks. So let's go down to Diana. She is in an interview because we have some of our adventure riders in the finish line today.
Yeah, I'm here with Evan Ask, the only adventure bike rider from Montana. Evan, I think this is your second year here at Romaniacs, right?
Yeah, second year on the adventure bikes, 1 year in silver.
How was your day so far?
Today's been really good. The course that Klaus laid out has been awesome. We had some really fun woods climbs that were steep and loamy, some creeks that we ran through. We had a ton of fun stuff today. It was good.
How about yesterday? Because it was the longest day.
Yesterday was definitely a longer day. It wasn't as fun as today, but it's still fun.
You're a bit dirty, and the bike as well. What happened?
Well, we got off the pavement a little bit. It happens out there. So just found some mud. I think we ran down a road that was just covered in water for must have been a half mile or so. So it's just like a water park in there.
Do you enjoy riding in the mud, or you prefer dusty trails?
Ooh, no dust. No, you'd rather have mud. Yeah.
Heat or rain?
Ooh, rain.
Coffee in the morning or sunset ride?
Ooh, dawn patrol, sunset ride. Yeah.
Okay, Evan, you see we have here a huge mine building, an industrial building. What do you think about this? What do you think it's going to wait for you up there?
I have no idea, but we just had a guy crash up here and I saw pieces fall down like 60 feet. So I'm curious to get in there and see what kind of torture you guys have for us.
I wish you good luck, and I'll let you go now. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Back to you, Craig.
So beautiful images that we have here of the Lupeni mine as we just wait for our gold riders to come in. Chris, when did you first realize that Red Bull Romaniacs was unlike any other?
For me, that's an easy question to answer. The first ever YouTube video I saw of Red Bull Romaniacs, and I finished the video and entered Red Bull Romaniacs within 30 seconds. I had no idea how I was going to pay for it, no idea how I was going to get there, but the first video clip of this event I saw, I want in. And a part of that was there was footage of these guys doing similar stuff to what we're seeing here in the mine. No other race do you get to race through, even ride a motorcycle through situations like this. It's crazy. It's amazing that we were able to do this. The other thing that amazes me is this place is still standing. It felt like it was going to fall down last time we rode here. That was a long time ago. And it was generally scary. But I'm sure they've done an extensive engineering report, and it's all up to code.
Absolutely.
Romanian code.
So we should be having Manuel Littenbichler coming up fairly soon into the Lupeni Mano. There he is with Diana, so let's hear from Manny.
Thanks, Craig. I'm here with Manny Lettenbichler. Manny, this morning when we talked, you were excited to see what's coming up. How was your day so far?
Honestly, I think it's one of the fastest days we had in a while. We really had to push hard, and at the top of the mountains, it was quite a lot of rocks underneath the bushes, so you really got tired in a lot of places. But yeah, I'm still leading. I think I could pull a bit of a gap now after the service to Theo, which would have been great because we were, I think, 5 seconds apart. So yeah, let's see the last 30 minutes now into the finish and the LIVEmaniacs section. But I think quite happy that we're almost finished.
Thank you. So what do you expect in this huge building right here? Because you have never been here, no one actually. It's the first time, it's a Romaniacs first. As you can see from the outside, it's old. It's actually more than 100 years old. Full of holes, a lot of broken glass. What do you think is waiting for you there?
Yeah, I hope not too much traffic, honestly, because in places like this, if every class goes through, it's quite a lot of traffic, but let's see. I want to go through there fastest and then just trying to get it smooth into the finish. But yeah, it looks pretty sick. I hope we go up this kind of ramp, so I think it's something new and something unique.
It is really unique, and with your skills, you're going to enjoy it for sure. Just take care, it's a lot of dust. The rest, we don't have any worries about you.
Perfect, that's good.
Good luck and enjoy.
Thank you.
Back to you, Craig.
So good to hear there from Manuel Lettenbichler. Actually looking pretty fresh, Chris.
Yeah, that's always Manny's sort of thing. I'm sure he's got to be tired, but he always looks like he's riding within himself, and that's a very, very high level, of course. I remember commentating on the Leatt LIVEmaniacs here last year and watching him come out of 3 laps of absolute torture, and the guy had his goggles on. That's anybody that rides hard enduro knows how impressive that is.
Yeah. No, definitely. And what we actually didn't see yesterday and didn't realize until the news came in last night was that Manny had a little technical problem on the bike yesterday. His battery went flat and he couldn't start the bike on some of the sections, and he lost over 10 minutes. So, yeah, he really knows when like today, he's going to know he needs to gain that advantage, try and build that gap to the others, and then manage it from there.
This is really cool footage watching the guys get to ride through this sort of stuff. Now, nowhere else in your life are you going to get to experience riding a motorcycle through this sort of terrain, and you have no idea what to... I guess you have reference points to kind of... Maybe you've done something slightly similar. You've ridden up a ramp before, loading your bike on the back of the truck, but you're not doing it meters up in the air through a 100-year-old mine. What an intense experience.
And if we didn't have these amazing images and photos, people probably wouldn't believe you. So they're going to do a couple up and downs through the Lupeni line, which is going to be a lot of fun for them. But a rider I want to talk about in the gold class is Michael Volkner. He isn't usually the loudest rider in the paddock, but year after year he quietly puts himself into contention. Yesterday we saw him on having a really good bit of speed, and those are often the most dangerous riders.
Absolutely. I think Mickey, he was like the standout rider for me yesterday. I think he had an incredible performance coming through the pack to finish on the podium. And, yeah, great effort from him.
So let's go. We have Teo Kobatchev with Diana. Let's see what Teo has to say about today.
I'll be scared anyway.
Yeah, I'm with Teo Kobatchev. Teo, are you in the mood for a quick interview?
I'm in a very good mood.
Awesome! What were the challenges of today?
Just pretty exhausting track. A lot of bumps and hard to keep like good flow. But we're doing our best.
What do you expect? Because see, this building is over 100 years old. It's full of holes, full of broken glass. What do you think is waiting for you there?
As long as it stays in one piece, I have no problem.
Don't worry about that. Our team worked for months to make sure that you guys are going to be safe. Yeah. So, and in case something happens, the place is full out here with people. Someone is going to catch you. Yeah. So no worries. Okay. A huge rock garden.
I will not worry then.
Yes, please. A huge rock garden is going to wait for you at the Leatt LIVEmaniacs Stage 2, which is close to the finish. What do you expect from that one? Do you like rocks?
I don't mind. We're racing, so whatever you guys have prepared, we will deal with it.
Yeah, it's the toughest hard enduro rally in the world. You should take it over.
I am. I have taken this seriously.
Okay. Awesome to hear. A very excited Teo Kobatchev, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much and good luck. Have fun.
Thank you. I will.
Back to you, Craig.
Chris, we have the Brightmore brothers back this year again. Ashton back after an injury. Mitch having amazing season. If you're racing your brother, are you riding together to help each other, or you just want to go and beat him?
Well, I never got the chance to ride with my sibling too much. My sister preferred to go ride horses. But every time we rode ponies together, she always wanted to kick my ass. So might be a similar thing.
Yeah. No, that's great. And Mitch had an awesome result in the prologue in a second place there. Great day yesterday. We're looking forward to seeing him here in the finish as well. But let's also go and have a look and tell you a bit more about the world ranking.
Sorry,
Few people understand the development of off-road motorcycle racing better than Heinz Kindergartner, a two-time 250cc motocross world champion, rally raid winner, and 7-time Dakar competitor. Heinz has also played an important role in KTM's international motorsport success. Enduro has always been positioned slightly to the side. You often do not really know who finished third in last year's World Championship or in one championship or another. But with this ranking list, you can simply look it up and immediately see where the riders stand. And it is not only useful for the top riders or for the motorcycle industry. By making rider performance more visible, the Enduro World Ranking could help manufacturers identify talent, give amateur riders greater recognition, and encourage stronger participation at ranking events.
There's no one in the world that knows more about racing than Kinney, right? If Kinney thinks this is a good idea, it's probably a good idea.
Absolutely. Yeah, and the prize purse of $100,000 for those top 10 riders or so, I mean, we've never seen that in the sport up until now.
No, it's always been the vow of poverty taking in hard enduro racing, so it's great to see that sort of funding and that motivation for these guys, especially spread out across such a wide area and not just all focusing on 2 or 3 major events, but trying to bring all the hard enduros from around the world all together under one banner. It's got to be a good thing for the sport.
Certainly, and I think it helps some of the privateer guys as well. I was camped out last night in the pit areas where some of the teams were, not the bigger teams, but the private individuals were working on their bikes, trying to get themselves ready for today. And those guys are having a real struggle coming in and then still having to work on their bikes. Maybe they have a family member to help them. And something like the world ranking might just give them that opportunity to get something great.
Absolutely, like an actual number to attach to your resume, more than just, I'm really good at this. Yeah.
So let's go down to the clip for the Lupeni mine where the riders will be coming through today.
This is the Lupeni mine, one of the most important coal mines in Romania's Jiu Valley. For more than a century, generations of miners descended hundreds of meters beneath these mountains, extracting the coal that powered Romania's homes and industry, shaping the identity of the entire region. On July 1st, that chapter came to an end. Coal extraction officially ceased, bringing more than 100 years of continuous mining to a close. Just days before operations stopped, we were granted rare access to the underground workings of the mine. 400 meters below the surface lies a hidden world of tunnels and massive machinery, a place few people will ever see. Those images now preserve the final moments of an industry that shaped the Jiu Valley for generations. The riders passed through these historic mining buildings before beginning the climb toward the Day 2 finish in Straja. Rusted steel, towering headframes, and weathered industrial structures line their route, creating one of the most unique sections of the race. For generations, this complex echoed with the sound of conveyors, locomotives, and mining equipment. Today, those sounds have given way to the engines of riders from around the world as they pass through a place where Romania's industrial history was written. It is a powerful transition from a site built on endurance beneath the earth to a race that celebrates endurance above it.
Thanks, Craig. I'm here with an adventure bike rider. Tell me your name and the class you're racing.
Hello, my name is Dusan Blagojevic. Where are you? From Serbia, sorry. I'm from Serbia, ultimate class.
How was your day so far?
Today for me it's easy. Yesterday it's big crash from high side. It's full throttle. It's.
Did you hurt yourself?
Self.
Here at the knee?
Yes, knee. It's broken from ligament. Yes.
But you've been at the ambulance, right?
Yes. Yesterday it's finished. Today it's easy.
Okay, so it sounds like he's gonna arrive to the finish. You're good, you're on the bike. You said it's easy, so you're safe.
Me not good.
a doctor is waiting for you also at the finish line, okay? So don't worry about that. We make sure that our riders are safe.
Thank you, thank you,
Good luck and take care.
thank you.
Back to you.
That's an important skill to be a hard enduro racer, being able to ignore injuries. Yeah, I'll be hurt next week. For now, I'm just going to ride my bike.
Just mental block,
Yeah.
put that mental block in.
That is next week's problem.
Yeah. Chris, Graham Jarvis, he unfortunately had a bit of a technical problem yesterday, but we've got to talk about Graham, the absolute king of hard enduro, trying to shape the future of the sport on his electric motorcycle.
Yeah, it's really cool seeing Graham getting this big boost of enthusiasm coming back into his riding again. He's never been one for a lack of enthusiasm for riding at all at any point in his life. But it's cool seeing the reinvention of Graham Jarvis in this electric project that he's got with the JRV. I screwed up twice today. I was trying to get footage of him, and I didn't hear him coming. And I missed him twice. And just, well done, go Graham, as you're desperately trying to get the camera to start up. Yeah. Typical Graham. He's always been, the silent assassin, right?
Yes.
Even more so now. He's so efficient on the bike, so accurate on the bike. There's no banging and crashing. And now that there's no engine noise either, it's really hard to know when he's coming.
And as we were having a look at some of our images there of the section of the Leatt LIVemaniacs, I think that's really going to suit Graham over those sections, because that bike of his may be a little bit lighter, and he's really, really good in those sections to try and make a move on the other riders.
Absolutely. I mean, look at this horrible rock garden. We just climbed up there, you and I, Craig, and that is steep. You only just can walk up it without using your hands. If you were out hiking with your missus, you might have to work quite hard to convince her to go up there. This is going to be intense, and this is where Graham Jarvis, we've all seen him ride up things that you can't ride up.
Yeah, and he talks about having 5 different modes on that electric motorcycle. So I wonder what mode he's going to be using up here. Don't want too much aggression, but then you also need that little burst of power to get up those big steps.
It seems to be a huge advantage of these electric bikes that you can just change the power into what it needs to be in the situation, from full aggression down to absolute maximum traction, literally at the push of a button. And it's definitely an advantage of these e-motorcycles.
So on that shot there on the left-hand side, the riders are going to be going down the left-hand side there through that channel tape, making a right-hand turn and then going back up again. It is incredibly steep when you stand there. Camera definitely not doing it justice, but we're going to see full-on action here.
So this section next to the Red Bull Romaniacs banner, there is just wheel-sized holes everywhere. And when you're walking up it and when you're riding up it, you can't see these holes until you're on top of them. Both of us went, ooh, as we got up there. So these guys don't get the advantage of walking at first. They got to ride this completely blind, like they do every meter of Red Bull Romaniacs.
And I think patience is going to be key here. So you can see there some of those bigger rocks that you can use as a lily pad or landing pad, and then just figure out this puzzle again step by step from there.
And they're coming back down here. There's just so many opportunities to tuck the front and send yourself over the bars. There's big holes everywhere. It's kind of like Carl's Diner section, but Carl's Diner's flat.
Yes.
This is at like 45 degrees in places.
Some of the riders coming through maybe in the 4th, 5th and 6th place might have a slight advantage, because some of these rocks are quite loose and they will get dragged down and form a little bit of a channel, like we saw yesterday with the ruts forming on the side of the hill. Those times got faster and faster. Mitch Brightmore 3 minutes yesterday.
As the drone pans around it, you can see the drops and see the holes. This is where the guys are coming down. And yeah, like we said before, if you get a runaway down here, there's nowhere to arrest it. It's a log flume ride all the way to the bottom, or until your front wheel digs and you get projectiled over the handlebars, which we do not want to see. We like all these guys. We want to see them ride it tidy, but, we'll definitely zoom in if it happens.
And at Erzberg Rodeo, one of the bragging rights of the top riders is who has the cleanest header exhaust pipe at the end of the race. Looks like we might have the same story going on here.
Yeah, I've got to admit, every time I managed to finish Erzberg, it looked like someone that really didn't like me had taken to my expansion chamber to my pipe with a hammer. And then you compare it to Graham Jarvis, like, oh, did you put a new one on? No. Okay, I suck at this.
So let's go ahead and check out our merch that you can get on our homepage, redbullromaniacs.com.
Yeah, we have a checkpoint. Yeah.
I'm with Martin Freinademetz. Martin, we know here that the riders were turned back at the checkpoint because there has been an incident up in the tunnel. The medical team is right there right now. Can you tell us a bit your opinion, how it's going to go, what the riders are going to do?
Yeah, it's pretty intense in there. I mean, you have seen the shots. It's a lot of action, and yeah, incidents can happen. It's not too bad. We are getting the injured person out of the track. You see it's very tight and it's not possible to pass, so safety first. We have to solve this, but from the timing, it's pretty easy for the competitors. We have a lot of checkpoints, so it's quite easy for us to organize it that everybody's time is given back, who has to wait here until the track is open again, and then we can keep on going.
Thank you, Martin. So this is a clear, we're going to be safe. Everyone is going to be safe from Martin's side. Anything else to add?
No, you know, we have been building quite a lot here in order to make this old construction safe. Been closing pretty much every window where somebody could fall out. And I mean, as great as this building looks like, and you know, we have people coming from 57 nations, 58 nations. And this is not something that you can experience in every country. So that gives a very nice feeling, I think, for the people coming from all over the world.
Of course, of course. Good. Thank you very much, Martin. I hope the people are now more chilled. And the riders are already informed, as we can see around here. Yeah. Stay in touch.
So definitely no panic. You know, after 23 editions of Red Bull Romaniacs, Martin and the organizing teams sort of have it pretty much dialed about what to do in any situation. So,
yeah, there's no shortage of experience here, that's for sure. I hope that that injured rider is okay. You know, that they've got the best medical assistance they can possibly have. I'm sure they'll be looked after. And that's why they've closed the track, so they can get this guy out, get him looked after, and without having to dodge motorcycles as they do it. It explains the delay we're experiencing, waiting here at the LIVEmaniacs section. But, of course, we've got to look after these guys. We've got to make the safety the priority.
Absolutely. Safety first, as always.
Well, not first, third, probably. But, you know, it's on the list. Yeah, it's on the list.
On the list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris, who are any of the other riders we can talk about from yesterday? James Moore came in 4th position yesterday from starting in 12th after the prologue. Fantastic ride from James, the Roof of Africa champion.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. And we've kind of got this battle of the upcoming South Africans. Speaking of battling, we've got Johnny Walker riding a road bike up the side of a mountain. I've been so impressed with Johnny's ability to get this bike around. Like, it is very, very lightly modified from stock compared to what some of the other guys are racing. But yeah, coming back to James, racing for the X-Grip racing team on his gas from South Africa. One of the you know, these upcoming younger guys that you know, we've got 3-4 South African guys in their early 20s, almost like duking it out for who's going to be the next guy that kind of takes it to the next level of the sport.
No, and they got definitely got time on their side. They're all young guys that are hungry for success, and each year are just building, learning more from each event and taking it on.
And of course, South Africa, home of the legendary Roof of Africa. And it's been a great thing for these younger guys coming through, because the Roof of Africa has brought the best riders on the planet to their country and kind of showing them how to do it. This is the technique that you're chasing. This is how you do it. This is how you ride your bike. And they've kind of brought this European style to South Africa. You know, I'm going to cop some a bit of grief for this, but years past, the South African riding style wasn't overly pretty. It was more hold it on, and they were very, very good at that. But these younger guys coming through, they've seen what the standard is from the European guys, and they're adapting these more sort of, I guess, European trials-based techniques. but without actually riding trials bikes. These kids are growing up only wanting to be hard enduro racers. They're not coming to it from something else. And the access to the information that the Roof of Africa has given these guys has been so incredibly important to their riding careers.
Chris, in the Adventure Ultimate category, we've had some very, very, very tight racing between the top 4 riders. How do you ride a 230-kilogram adventure bike for nearly 150 kilometers and still finish within a minute of your rivals?
Yeah, I think what we're seeing there is tactics from very, very experienced racers. So these guys know that on a faster day, like yesterday was, there's not really opportunities to make a huge amount of time. But there are huge opportunities to end your race and lose a bunch of time. In a race like Red Bull Romaniacs and on the faster days, you can only really lose time. You can't make up time in those situations. So the guys will be looking and managing the gap in between. And, you know, if they get a chance to make a run, they get a chance to make a gap, of course they'll take it. But I would imagine they're all kind of just almost like a holding pattern, waiting for the more extreme riding that they've been facing today.
And if you're following the ultimate class on the results on our webpage, you will see that Mario Roman has won the Adventure Ultimate class today ahead of Dieter Rudolph by 5 minutes. So today's track really suiting Mario. He's been speaking the last 2 days about how he wants it more difficult, and the more difficult it is for him, the better. And Paul Torres was in 3rd position, only 30-odd seconds behind Dieter Rudolph. Let's go down with an interview with Marco Volkner, who is with Diana in Lupeni.
Quick interview with Michi Volkner. Michi, how was your day so far?
It was quite fast today, so we started fast and I expected it's getting harder now, but it was just fast and a little bit sketchy in the mountain because the bushes were so high and you don't see the stones. And yeah, it was sketchy and hard to go fast.
We have a huge building here, an old one, over 100 years. And after this, you're going to face the Leatt LIVEmaniacs Stage 2, a huge rock garden called Rocks and Roll. What are you most looking forward to, this mine or the Rocks and Roll?
Well, now I'm looking forward to this mine because it looks pretty cool. And yeah, then hopefully the LIVEmaniacs is not too bad and we can go to the finish quickly.
Huge rocks. If you like rocks, then it's going to be okay.
Normally I don't like rocks, but I hope I like these ones.
Then I wish you good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Michi. Back to you, Craig.
So Michi Volkner, as we said earlier, has been having a great race so far. He is 3rd on the road today in the gold category. It's his best achievement so far, and we can't wait to see him here in the Leatt LIVEmaniacs. Chris, coming back to the Adventure Ultimate class, tell us a little bit about Robert Nowak from Australia.
Yeah, this is a good story. So Robert Nowak from Australia, full privateer effort. He's flown over from Australia. He's rented a 890. I think I made the joke yesterday, but I hope he ticked the X insurance box because that is a big rent. He's bought a box of his parts that he's developed in Australia. That box got held up in customs.
Oh, my.
Stress levels go through the roof. He managed to get in the car, figure out where it was, knock on some doors, hammer on some doors, maybe move a bit of cash around, got those parts, and only built the bike up 2 days before the start, and he's now sitting top 5 in the Ultimate Adventure class. So that is a huge effort from Rob. He's a very tall guy. And in that clip we saw earlier about the guys going through the rock gardens, that's who I was referring to. A very talented rider, but man, those legs on the big bike are an absolute gift. Hey, we've got the guys moving through the mine, so the race is back on.
So great. That was Teodor Kovachev there coming through the mine, and here he is here going up the ramps. Awesome to have some action going on again here.
So we know the guys are going to run through this mine section. Then they've got not a huge amount of riding to get up to the finish line, and of course the Leatt LIVEmaniacs section, which we're all very patiently waiting on their arrival.
Yeah, very patiently. And after Teodor will be Michi Volkner into the section as we wait for the other riders to come in as well.
Not quite sure what that was. So not too race distance from the mine to here is, what are we guessing?
pretty close. It's about 25 odd minutes or so.
Okay.
And then they'll do 3 loops of Leatt LIVemaniacs and pretty much straight into the finish from there. So the day is almost done for these guys, but they need to keep a little bit of energy in the tank here because there's a massive challenge waiting for them.
So you have got time to make a cup of tea and come back if you're wondering. These guys are going to be 20 minutes off. We'll have some good footage of guys coming across the finish line here as much as we can whilst we wait on these gold guys to take on one of the ugliest Leatt LIVemaniacs sections I've ever seen.
So these are some of the other classes in Red Bull Romaniacs that are coming through here. Some of the iron categories, the atom categories, the other adventure bikes. And the finish line is probably a 3 or 4 minute walk from there to Leatt LIVemaniacs. So hopefully we get some spectators in the course here and get the atmosphere going. Let's go down to, we have an e-moto trailer to show you what that's all about.
Something new to try. Super pumped to be one of the first riders.
Yes, of course, it's the first edition.
3 bikes, first time. You don't have to be riding motocross since you're 5 years old, right? You can just be regular Joe Blow.
A nice place to lose the virginity in a race.
South African Mighty Green here. How was your day? And tell me, why are you so clean?
Yeah, because we've had nothing hard today, Dan. I think Martin's getting a little bit soft with his old age. He's put us on the bronze track all day, so that's why I'm not so dirty.
Yeah, I figured. I thought about it. I mean, also this building right here, it looks so boring. I don't know what you're going to do here, right?
This looks interesting. I don't know what we're going to do here. Yeah, hopefully the hard stuff is still coming, but yeah, we'll see.
Trust me, it's going to be hard. What are you expecting here?
I don't know. It looks pretty interesting. Hopefully the floor is strong enough because it's pretty high. Eh?
It is, don't worry. Our team has worked for months to make it safe and to make sure that everything's going to be okay.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear.
Okay, I'm going to let you go because the guys are waiting for you already. Thank you very much and good luck and enjoy.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Chris, the one thing about Red Bull Romaniacs is the scenery, and we saw some of those beautiful shots up there. I mean, once you get high up onto these alpine regions, you really can't ask for much better.
Yeah, Romania has always been an absolutely incredible place to get to ride a motorcycle. It really is like Disneyland for motorcycle riders. Plenty of confidence there from Matty. I think just out the back of the tent, I saw Martin running over to the Leatt LIVemaniacs section with a chainsaw and a spade. So maybe Matt's fired him up to go, okay,
yeah.
Let me move some boulders around and give you what you want, young man.
I think he might eat his words in a few minutes, Matty Green. But he's going to love it in the rock section here. And these big bikes, to try and get them around some of these corners, I mean, we have done it before as well, going up and down the stairs from floor to floor. Not so easy to turn these big adventure bikes.
No, these guys have got some pretty good pivot turns going on these big bikes, even towards the end of the day when the forearms are not at their peak. You know, the big bikes sometimes will have to slide the back around to make it fit. Sometimes we'll have to hop and bounce and move the front around to make it fit. 3-point turns. That's all pretty familiar stuff for these guys, though.
So great to welcome in some of our finishers in the other classes. They're going to be super pumped to have day 2 behind them. 2 more days to go now. We're pretty much just over half distance through the Red Bull Romaniacs 2026 edition.
So Red Bull Romaniacs is quite unique in terms of this level of racing, where you've basically got 7 different races happening at once, right?
Yeah.
We've got gold, silver, bronze, those are kind of the classes that have been the same for years. Iron, Atom. So you've got from more sort of real hobby guys through the top guys in the world, all on enduro bikes. Now we've got the e-moto bikes. Now we've got the 3 different adventure classes as well. And that's why we're seeing lots of different riders crossing the finish lines at lots of different times. We do have a lot of riders on the track at the same time.
Yeah.
Mixing it up, which is really, it's kind of cool. Like, you know, you're a hobby class guy, you hear a quick rah, 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 and all of a sudden Pole Terrors come blasting past you on a itinerary. You're going to remember that. Yeah. And it's a challenge for the top guys as well, because they're having to change their lines. You know, sometimes the lower class guys in the more difficult sections, they do get bottlenecked, they do get held up. But these guys are able to adapt, change their line, get off the main line and make these passes and get through these sections. And it's a real skill set that you need for doing well in these mass participation events.
And that's the great thing about Red Bull Romaniacs, is there's something for everybody. There's a class for everybody, and there's not many places or other disciplines in sport where you can rub shoulders with the champions and spend the night in the bivouac chatting and catching up. It's really unique.
So I think this is Manny making his way to the Leatt LIVemaniacs section. That Red Bull banner, that's us. So he's not far off now. The wait is nearly over, and we get to see the world's best hard enduro rider take on the Leatt LIVemaniacs.
Yeah, so we had a couple of the other classes taking the same route that Manny's going up here, but he's going to slowly start to make his way up and over and across to where we saw the Red Bull Arch before he will be into the Leatt LIVemaniacs. We haven't been up into these very, very high regions for quite some time over the last couple of editions, so really great to have a new, fresh section that the guys haven't seen for quite a while now.
Absolutely, it's different traction, it's different terrain, it's very different to the more lower altitude sort of signature sections and gold sections that we saw yesterday. This alpine riding, it's a skill in itself, right? Learning to ride the terrain, knowing where the traction is, learning to read the holes and the bushes, and when you go into the stuff for the first time, it can feel almost like you're riding with your eyes half closed. There's so much that you kind of just have to instinctively know and feel, because you can't 100% see where your tires are going the whole time.
And altitude is definitely going to be a factor here. We're almost at 2,000 meters here. You know, when you get that high up, breathing becomes a little bit more difficult as well.
Absolutely. You know, for guys like myself, that I live about 10 meters above sea level. I remember racing at these higher altitudes, and it was an effort. It's made every bit of cardio training that you'd ever done come to the front.
So Manuel Lettenbichler is just minutes away now from entering the Leatt LIVemaniacs. Let's wait and see how he's going to go through these sections.
I'm sitting here after walking it with you just before. I'm genuinely excited to see how he does this.
There's some massive ledges to get up, some big holes, and Manny is the master tactician.
I'm almost going to feel a bit deflated if he makes it look easy.
Yeah, me too.
It'd be nice if he could put a little bit of struggle in here.
So here we go, Manny. Let's go. First lap into the Leatt LIVemaniacs. Here he goes.
And remember, this is blind. This is the first time he's ever seen this.
Line choice is going to be everything here.
So he's going to swing around to the right, around that marker, and that's when it really starts to ramp up. So the boulders get bigger, the holes get bigger.
You're definitely not going to be lacking traction in a course like today, though.
No, with how well these modern hard enduro tires work on these baked dry rocks. Look at that!
Wow!
Oh my gosh!
He just cleared that whole gap in one movement.
That is very, very impressive.
Now this section here, where he's lining up, on the other side of this big rock here, there's a huge hole of about 1.2, 1.3 meters, which he's not going to.
Oh, there you go. There's the hole.
There it is.
So that hole is completely blind. You can't see that until you get there. He's going to know that, bank that in the memory for the next lap. But there's so many little blind sections in this Leatt LIVemaniacs track this time that you can't see what it is until you actually get there. I'm really interested to see which line he takes down the hill here. from walking it, I think the better line is to drop down onto a big rock slab to the right, but it does kind of entice you to go to the left. It'd be interesting to see which way he goes, left or right.
Cat-like reflexes here from Manuel Lettenbichler. Absolutely expert. Reading the terrain so fast, making such quick decisions about what to do.
Yep. Oh!
So he was going for that lily pad that we can call it there on the big rock. You and I walked there a bit earlier. That was definitely the line to be on, but he just made a small mistake there.
That shows you, the camera doesn't always show you how steep this stuff is. That shows you how steep it is. Oh, hold it. Oh, well, that's one way of getting down. That's another way of doing it. The KTM all in one piece. Nothing leaking out. Everything's still where it needs to be.
So that left-hand line there, now that he is down there, is not a bad option because there is a bit of a flatter section to get across. But the main line that he wanted to be on was definitely on this big rock in the front of our picture here.
Quick check of the bars, check the levers, and he's back into it. So that would not have happened if this wasn't blind. But that's the skill of racing the Red Bull Romaniacs, knowing how to get your bike through this stuff when you've never been there before. Definitely Manny will not make that mistake next lap.
And I don't want to curse Manny at all here, but Chris, if he breaks a lever or something, he does have them tucked away in special compartments on the bike where he can very quickly just get it out, and it's sort of one bolt and change it out.
Absolutely, it won't be race ending, but he's going to be bleeding time as he does that. But you know, it's incredible how durable a modern bike is, especially set up for hard enduro. The beating these things can take now is really incredible. This is a horrible, loose, scrabbly section. All the rocks want to roll underneath you as you drop down onto this road. It was, yeah, that was sketchy to walk down.
Nice.
So you're not out of the woods yet. It looks like the worst is behind him. It really is not. He's going to drop down this super loose spit and is going to hook to the right. Grassy off camber, an almost impossible left-hander, and then the big horrible climb back out this valley.
So much like yesterday, the estimated loop time here was around 7 minutes for these guys, but Manny Lettenbichler tearing through this course at the moment.
So
definitely not doing justice.
Just out of shot there. We've got a really technical left-hand corner. Then he's going to have to lily pad up onto that rock that we were just looking at.
And when
so I think we're looking for Teo here to see how far away Teo Kabakchev is in second, and when we can expect to see him at the Leatt LIVemaniacs section.
So Teo Kabakchev was around 4 minutes behind Manuel Lettenbichler at the Lupeni mine. Not quite sure if he would have been held back a little bit from the incident that we had, but we're hoping to have him in the shot pretty soon, because wouldn't it be cool to see two of them in the shot
Absolutely.
Together?
So this is a really tough climb up out of here. There's several little bits where you can zig and zag, which makes it significantly easier when you can do that, but there's some bits that you really can't. You've got to do big drives.
And Chris, the technique that Manuel Lettenbichler is using there to get across these holes, how he sort of bounces on the foot peg to get the suspension to rebound and carry the bike over.
Absolutely. So he's compressing into the suspension to create lift. He's also, as he's doing that, he's driving his tyre down to the ground, smearing that rubber onto the ground to create the traction. So the important thing, the difference for Manny here, no motorcycle has been through here before. There's no wheel marks to follow, so there's no clues as to where to go. For Teo, next guy's coming through here, it's not going to get significantly easier like it did yesterday. You know, the rocks aren't going to wear in like the dirt did yesterday, but you can have these little hints that, okay, this line worked, this line worked. You'll be able to see where Manny's been. Oh, that is steep up into there.
I love how you say that no motorcycle's been through here before. I think any sane person would never even consider in their mind at all that somebody could ride a motorcycle through a section like this.
Well, back in the days of Red Bull Romaniacs, the promise always was every section of the course has been ridden by a motorcycle before. That worked 10 years ago. Then guys like this came along and made that impossible.
So there's two lines here. There's one to Manny's extreme left, which is pretty steep, but another one to the right here where he can move across, pivot, turn right, and then do the last gap up over through the Red Bull Arch for his second loop.
So he's going to hope that there's enough traction on that rock to launch it up with momentum. Ooh, a little bit of a spin there. He's going to hunt around, try and find the spot where the bike's going to drive.
What gear do you think he's in there, Chris?
I would imagine he's in first gear for that because he wants that push, wants that punch to get that real burst of acceleration. And would be interesting to see how Manny's going to change his lineup, how he's going to improve on his second lap.
Waiting now for the time to come through of how long it took him to do that first loop. But as we saw yesterday, the times came down pretty quick once these guys knew their lines. They know what to expect now. The hole that he got caught in a little bit earlier, he knows where that is, and he can just make his way through that much quicker. So there it is, 6 minutes 44. So not far off our estimated time that we had for these guys.
I think on a slightly higher line than he was last time, up that section. So again, learning from his first lap.
And just to give a heads up, the times may differ because the actual length of each loop is slightly different because they came into the racetrack from the right of where he is now. So unfortunately not going to be able to compare each loop that they're doing, but let's just take in some of this riding. On the foot pegs, momentum is everything.
Interestingly, you saw him take like a moment's pause, sort of gather his energy, full focus. Okay, let's try and get as much of this in one run. That little moment of pause, just to kind of gather and go, that time comes back to you if you pull it all off in one smooth move.
And as he landed there, just pulled the front brake, compressed the suspension, and just to kick the back around again. Just how he does that all in one movement is just next level.
Just, yeah, like you were saying yesterday, what was it? Momentum is the currency of hard enduro.
Absolutely.
Using that little bit of currency they had left, that little bit left just to hop the back wheel, get it exactly where it needs to be, set up and go. I think there'll be a bit of caution down this one this time.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Off the bike, having a walk, it's a fair call. You know, this is not a place to be a hero. He's built himself a bit of time. He doesn't want to throw it away, like smashing a lever off it or anything. Not going for that line over the rock, or is
he?
He
is. I think he's lining it up to try and get one. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, clever.
So a great move. You see how he just hopped across and launched onto that rock to complete the piece of the puzzle, and that's definitely the smoother line that he was going for on the previous loop. Smart riding here by Manny Leatt. Didn't want to take the risk again, just for a second or two, getting off the bike to walk it through. No shame in that. Navigating these holes and big gaps with precision here.
That shows you just how steep and how difficult this is. If Manny Leatt electing to get off his bike and walk it.
We don't often see these top guys getting off their bike to walk the downhills.
A lot of guys would have seen the video that came out of Manny riding a downhill earlier on that no one thought everyone would ride. The boy's not scared of a downhill.
Certainly not.
There's so many holes that can trap your front wheel down here.
And he's trying to keep his weight as far back as possible, but all the strength is in his arms. And after 120 kilometers of racing, those arms are going to be pretty fatigued.
So this off-camber section through the grass is, even that's slippery enough, and then they have to do this really awkward sort of 180 dogleg to the left. You're going to see him hop the bike around, move the wheels around, just slightly out of shaft. And then he's got to jump up onto this rock that you can see behind the post there. Yeah, okay, interesting. So he's doing the full, more than a 180, electing to bring the front end up high, pivot it all the way around, rather than risk dumping the front down into it. That's going to set him up way better to get up onto that big boulder.
And again, just taking a moment to get off the bike, not risking doing the pivot turn, sitting on the bike, because there's major consequences here if things go wrong.
That's actually, as we walked it, there was a section like, I don't really know how they're going to do this.
Yeah.
But, what is the best technique? There you go. The best guy in the world just showed us the best technique.
Maximum traction there. I see just lines the bike up, gets it straight before he blasts off to the next section.
So he's going to know his lineup here this time, and he knows the points that he needs to try and get to in one run. Be able to hold a little bit more momentum than he did last time. A bit more money in his pocket, a bit more currency. And a much more efficient run up the mountain this time.
So Manuel Lettenbichler just about to finish his second loop here at Leatt LIVEmaniacs, making light work of our course here today.
Getting the back wheel just in the right spot, drive it through. Up you go, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Absolutely phenomenal by Manuel Lettenbichler, making this course look easy, which it absolutely is not.
So Manny's famous for being calculated. He knows exactly when to get off the bike. The most efficient, but also, you know, the safer way to do it as well. You've got to get your bike to the end of this. Like, there is, it's a long race. We're not even halfway.
No.
And he's got to get this thing through it. So, you know, there's times to be a hero. There's times just to maybe jump off, slightly safer. Maybe you lose a second or two, but you get you and your bike through to the finish.
Did you see how well he rode that section up the grass there, just keeping his momentum going forward?
Big pivot and a lift. Okay, let's see how much he gets up this run in one go this time. I reckon he's going to go the whole way.
I reckon. Oh, good on Manny. Look at him, feet on the pegs, weighting the bike, bouncing at the suspension.
Oh, wasn't quite the whole way, but the little side hop was cheeky. I like that. Keeping the front out of the holes, holding the pressure in the back tyre.
I think Manny's enjoying this section here. He's loving this section of Leatt LIVEmaniacs. Seems to be suiting him and his calculated riding style.
It must be a good feeling. You come around the second lap, you've tidied it up, and you're okay, I've got this.
Yeah,
I can do this. Especially when you know the finish line is right next door, bringing it home.
And more importantly for Manny is that Theodor Kovachev has not entered this section yet. So much like yesterday where Manny Lettenbichler had cleared 2 loops of Leatt LIVEmaniacs before Theo came in, Manny knows that he's starting to extend his lead.
So am I correct in thinking they start 1 minute apart?
Yes, that's
cool.
right.
So he knows he's made time today. He knows it's been a good day. And also that might maybe bring a bit more caution, and you know, he's got time to lose now. Oh, but riding that section nicely.
Yeah, so now he's didn't get off the bike this time. Jumped onto that lily pad and just starting to flow now, really flowing now for Manuel Lettenbichler through our Leatt LIVEmaniacs. Such balance and art, isn't it? Eh?
It is, and also a really great shot for showing just how well that suspension's working. Like that chassis was saying so balanced and level down there. You know, we always think with hard enduro, yeah, soft, soft, soft. You've got to have the suspension as soft as you can. That used to be the thinking. But look how well the front end of that bike's holding up, and the bike's saying really balanced down some very gnarly, steep, gross downhill. It's incredible how the technology and the equipment of hard enduro is just developing. You know, in the early days, we had no idea what we're doing, did we, Craig? It was basically stock bikes,
motocross
make
tires,
the tire soft, let's go. And yeah, it was up to the rider to figure it out. But the professionalism that's come into this now, it's really cool to see. Like the bikes are just working so well. The traction that these things make now, and you know, the bikes sound completely different. Like they just make traction, smooth power. I'd love to have a ride on Manny's bike.
Oh, absolutely, for sure.
Not round here.
Somewhere
On my terms.
And the thing about the tires these days is that in a section like this where there's the traction so good, even if you've worn out the tire on the earlier sections and you've got no knobblies left, it's so soft and molds around the rocks, you still get such a really good drive out of these rocks.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. the edge is long gone, the knob's half the height it used to be, or 2/3 gone.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter. The actual rubber of the tire makes so much traction on these rocks. It's I don't want to reflect too much on the old days, but if someone showed up to race on the tires that we were using in the early days of the sport, they went, what is wrong with you? You're never going to make it around here. And they were right. We wouldn't. Hills that used to take us, an hour to get up, these guys are blazing them up in 10 minutes. And as we're seeing, one last big hill climb for Mr. Leatt, and he's out of here. Nice.
Oh, lovely. Lovely riding. Even the dangling their legs off just to keep the balance going, keep the bike upright.
These beautiful little surges of power and of momentum, making it kind of only making the power when the tire's weighted, only making the power at exactly the right time. That's why his bike's not kicking sideways, it's not spinning up on the rocks. He's only powering at exactly the right time and using that momentum when it's not.
And you see how he favors the... Oh, have you... I don't even believe what I'm just seeing.
That's impressive in one pull.
Wow. I was just about to say that he's backing it up onto that rock to use... He knows that he's going to get maximum traction off the rocks instead of on the grassy bits that he was on there. And just cleared about 30 meters all in one go.
That's an impressive pull. Beautifully done. Off to the finish.
Masterclass, absolute masterclass from Manuel Leatt.
That's incredible. What a absolute domination today.
Like if you want to improve your skills and know what to do, just replay this video and just watch what Manny's been doing.
Yeah, if you're a young guy at home, record this and watch it frame by frame in slow motion. Study what this guy is doing. Figure that out. You can learn from this. This is a lesson.
He's just in perfect harmony with his bike. Knows what the front wheel's doing. Knows what the suspension on the rear is doing. Knows how much space he needs to move it over to get the grip he needs to get up over the next rock.
So if I'm not wrong, he's going to traverse across here, hook to the left, I think, straight line to the finish.
Chris, there's always a bit of talk about the trials background and the experience coming in as we see Tedor Kabachev coming in now. I mean, sections like this, the trials certainly does help, but at the end of the day, you still got to be fit, you still got to be strong and have that will and determination to get over it.
Yeah, I think the whole the story of you need to be a trials rider to be great at hard enduro is gone now.
Yeah.
In the days past, yeah, for sure, because those are the guys that had the skill set to know how to do all these stuff. These guys now, they're growing up wanting to become hard enduro racers. The trials background is not what, in my opinion, I mean, obviously it helps. It's part of your one of your training tools, but it's not everything.
So Manuel Leatt is in the finish now. He has done and completed day 2 here of Red Bull Romaniacs 2026. What a ride by Manny. He's looking so good, actually, like so fresh. Today definitely would have suited him and his riding style. This, I think, is what he was looking for. Let's see how Teo's going to tackle it.
So remember, Teo doesn't know about those wheel-swallowing holes yet. This is his first run through the section, and he's about to discover how many obstacles there are between him and the top of this hill.
That exhaust pipe looking really shiny and still on his factory Shoko machine.
Whoa! Not quite.
So I think
didn't quite get the traction, didn't quite get the drive he expected, and not quite there.
And we saw this a little bit yesterday, maybe rushing it a little bit too much, because if he had just rolled back half a meter, he would have been on a much flatter rock and given him the drive to get over that a little bit there.
I think fatigue could be a factor here. Like in the body language of Teo, Teo looks more tired than Manny did to me. And when you get tired, obviously the muscles don't respond in quite the way. The timing's not quite there, and you just almost get it, but not quite. And that's where I think Manny's his strengths lie. He's just so damn efficient that he has this in reserve when he needs to play it out in sections like this Leatt LIVEmaniacs. Be interesting to see how Teo manages his first run down this hill, what line he spots, whether he goes for that line onto the boulder to the right, or he runs it down the rocks.
And he managed to just miss that big hole a little bit earlier where Manny dropped his front wheel into. So we have, was that Mickey Volkner also in the section arriving now?
Yeah, so
wow.
He's had a good day. We're going to see Mickey and Teo in here together.
So this is what we wanted to see. This is what it's all about. These guys going bar to bar racing. Mickey Volkner, he's going to be chasing down
Teo's off. He's off.
Run away.
Sort it out. Oh my gosh.
Oh, my heart.
That is not a place to be doing that.
Oh, that was a moment there by Tero Kovachev. Brilliant riding to keep it together.
The log flume got going.
Yeah. Wow.
That's impressive to hold on to that, man. Well done.
Good reflexes there by Tero Kovachev. I think he might have just seen Mickey Volkner in the corner of his eye and thought he needs to try and get a gap here.
Mickey hunting around, trying to spot the line.
And he has to sort of try and figure it out himself because there's no tracks on the rocks, so there's no rubber being left behind.
Oh, whoa! Nearly dropped the front. Well done to save that. That was nice. I would say that's probably the strongest first run we've seen up that part of the climb.
And we saw Mickey Volkner charging through Leatt LIVEmaniacs yesterday as well, so he is loving these sections.
Little hung up. Squeak around the back of this boulder, and then we'll see how he takes on this first downhill.
And as Mickey Volkner is lining himself here, Teodor Kovachev will be making his way now down through the lower part of the course as we see him here. So he's crossed over the short road gap, I might call it, before doing the tight left-hand turn to come back up and over these big steps and ledges.
Same technique as Manny there, spinning the front all the way around. Electing to bring the front up higher rather than drop it down.
So this is where we saw Manuel Lettenbichler dropping it a bit earlier.
Good work, Mickey. Hey, go to the right, go to the right, go to the right. It's way to the right. No, no. How was he to know? How was he to know? And what would we know?
What would he know? So interesting line there from Mickey Volkner, because if he had stayed a bit right as we saw Manny on his last lap, it is definitely a little bit smoother through there. 1 foot out, just bracing himself, choosing his lines carefully. Feathering clutch and front brake at the same time as well as he goes down here. So we might see Tero Kovachev in the same shot here shortly, because Tero Kovachev is going to do that tight left-hand turn before coming up again. So here he is now. That's the little dogleg corner that you were talking about a bit earlier. And this section going up is very, very, very steep.
This being the final climb back up to the Red Bull barrier. This is the bit that we saw Manny get a really good run on before. And Teo's, not quite. I think he's going to realize that he really should have tried to pop that with some momentum.
Yeah, because
this is a really cool part of the sport, that a part that I really loved from back in the days as well. The problem solving. It's real life problem solving in the moment. How do I get myself and my motorcycle up this thing that looks borderline impossible with the energy and the skill set that I have available to me? They know the techniques they have available to them. They know looking around, and they're trying to find their way to get this bike up. Something that to most people looks completely impossible.
And looks like Mickey Volkner is starting to close the gap here now on Tero Kovachev. Could we see an overtake in this section here? They're not that far apart. There you can see the corner. Tero Kovachev a little bit hung up at the moment. And you can see that short bit of grass section there where he lost all his traction and drive. We saw Manuel Lettenbichler backing his bike up onto that bigger rock there just before the grass and clearing this whole section in one move. We can just appreciate just what amazing riding that was from Manuel Lettenbichler. Mickey Volkner off the bike for a second there, just to get through and round that pivot turn. He's going to want to be on Theodore as quickly as possible.
So if Mickey can get a decent run up this hill, up to the, he's been making time, I would say.
And Theodore off to the right there, so that's definitely the right line that he's on there. And then he's got that big step to go up before crossing through the Red Bull Arch. So let's see how he goes here, lining it up. Let's go, Teo. Firing it up, up he goes. Yeah, awesome riding by Theodore Kovachev. So he has completed the first loop here of Leatt LIVemaniacs onto his second. Mickey Volkner, he got pretty high up there, so it looks like he might have gotten the drive he needed. I'm really looking forward to these guys getting closer together.
And I'm sure as he came through this lower section, he's having sneaky little peeks over his shoulder to see what Teo is up to and try and get any information, any clues that he can to where he needs to place his bike and how he needs to attack this climb.
But if Mickey Volkner wants to make a pass here on Teo Kovachev, he needs to get going because Teo has now started to make his way up. He knows the lines that he needs to take now, and he's definitely going to be faster.
So Mickey's going to swing to the left, I believe. And this is where we saw Manny get this incredible pull all the way up past that Cardo banner all in one go. Oh, bit of scrumming, and we've got James Moore in the background, 14.
Yeah, James Moore. So James Moore in shot now as well. James Moore, he is on his first loop here of Leatt LIVemaniacs, and he's got Teo Kovachev to contend with. If I were James, Chris, we want to stay on Teo's wheel because he knows that Teo has checked out the lines.
Absolutely, and Mitch Brightmore in there as well. So these guys are in a great position to kind of get dragged through this by someone that's got the knowledge of what's coming up.
At the same time, though, James Moore, Roof of Africa champion, this is where he thrives.
There are a lot of alternative lines to this. It's not... Oh, there we go!
Oh, James
like
Moore.
That. Go, boy!
What
that is
an
impressive.
overtake by James Moore. Absolutely incredible riding from James Moore, as well as, I think this is Mitch Brightmore in shot now as well. So Teo Kovachev having a little bit of a tough time here.
Are we seeing fitness coming into play here? Like, Teo is looking...
And Ashton. So Ashton Brightmore as well.
Oh, man, Teo going backwards.
Teo Kovachev, something is not quite gelling here for Teo Kovachev. The Brightmore brothers as well love this kind of terrain. They love the technical puzzle piece that you need to put together. And James is on his way back down again. What amazing riding this is from James Moore. So that's the rock where we saw Manuel Lettenbichler tip it over a little bit earlier. James wasting no time here whatsoever. He was super close in the times yesterday. I think there was only 3 seconds between himself and Mitch Brightmore. So James needs to pull the gap here on Mitch Brightmore. And Ashton Brightmore chasing down Mitch. Those two are going to be pushing each other on.
I think Teo's going to have... He knows he's hemorrhaging time. He was given up potentially his overall position here. He's going to have to contain himself, dig a little bit deeper and try and find some more. We all want to see it.
So this is actually what we were talking about, Chris. We were hoping in anticipation to get as many guys into the section as possible to get this kind of racing. Mickey Volkner, he shouldn't be far off as well. He should have cleared through the Red Bull Arch. So looking out for Mickey Volkner as well, who's looking for a great result today.
It shows you how important these Leatt LIVemaniacs sections are in terms of the overall race time. It's a very challenging part of the track, and they're having to do this 3 times. That's a decent section that we all get to see play out live in front of us. It's pretty cool we get to do this.
Yeah, it is. So on the first loop that they've had to complete, Manuel Lettenbichler, he took 6 minutes 44. Teo Kovachev on his first loop losing just over a minute, 7 minutes 47, and that's what we saw yesterday as well. Teo losing time to Manuel Lettenbichler in these Leatt LIVemaniacs, as we see Mickey Volkner trying to get through this section here to make the turn. James Moore is gone. The horse has bolted. So here we have Teo Kabachev's partner and teammates in the Sherco Factory Racing.
And I can't remember his name. It's really annoying. I know more about him than I know his name. I know he's come from a real world trials level background very, very recently. And this will seem like pretty familiar territory, I would say. 18, Lorenzo Gandola. Knew it had an L in it.
Well done, Chris.
Yeah, yeah, quite new into hard enduro, but really, really experienced trials rider. And this is going to seem quite a bit like trials.
On the pegs there, wow.
Yeah, interesting. We're seeing James Moore, probably one of the tallest riders in the field, with Lorenzo probably being one of the shorter riders in the field, all finding a way to get a motorcycle through this borderline impossible terrain. Brightmore brothers, it's going to feel like a training ride back home, battling each other.
3 riders in the same shot here. James Moore coming up and clearing through the Red Bull Arch as the Brightmore brothers are hunting him down.
So real good ride from Ashton today. He's made up time, right?
A lot of time. And Teodor Kabachev seems to be putting it back together now, composing himself more and coming back towards the Brightmore brothers. Mickey Volkner navigating his way through now as he's got James Moore right on his tail. Opting to get off here and walk. He rode the section on the first loop, so interesting decision here by Mickey Volkner. I think he might favor that right hand. No, he's gone for the left again. A chance here for James Moore for an overtake.
I think that's James Moore's father there shouting some line choice options to him. Oh no, it's not. It's just a nice. It's just a nice guy.
That's Tom Scales actually. Sorry,
oh,
number 8, Tom Scales. So Tom Scales, James Moore, both on the Offroad Gomez Beta racing team with USN helmets, USN athletes. So Tom taking that right hand line. He's making the overtake here on Mickey Volkner. As here is James Moore. So James, what incredible riding from James on the pegs over those sections.
So the South African youngsters are dialing out a lesson in rock riding, as we talked about before.
As we see Sonic Ogia coming into shot now as well. So Chris, what excitement we have here in Leatt LIVemaniacs with all these riders in the same section.
Oh, another mistake from Teo. I think Teo might be a bit empty.
Things are starting to unravel here for Teodor Kabachev. Not what he wanted as Matty Green. Matty Green is here now too. So how we just could not ask for anything better. All these guys battling out in the same sections here of Leatt LIVemaniacs.
So unfortunately for Matty, Teo's kind of blocking the only real decent option there. Maybe he can get creative. Maybe he can do something special here.
Where the cameraman is standing there was the second option, as there is a little bit more high risk, but if he wants to make that overtake, that's where he's going to need to make it happen.
So Mike Skinner there, roving reporter. Is Matty going to try that alternative line to the right, or is he going to take a second, stretch the arms out, and have a run on the line that everyone's been else up to?
And is that James Moore's front wheel, I think, was just coming up behind Matty Green. So just before we're about to see an overtake, as we see Teodor Kabachev, he's desperately want to be out of these sections now. I think he's had enough. He just wants to be in the finish.
Come on, Teo. Get it set up. Get it lined up. One more pull.
Take a breath.
You're out of here.
So there he is through the Red Bull Arch. Teodor Kabachev.
Not the run he was looking for.
Definitely not. And he's still got one more to go.
Oh, does he? Oh, sorry, my mistake. I thought he was out of here.
I think, could be wrong, but I think he might have one more to go.
Mitch riding that downhill. cleanly over the big rock, the right-hand side. That's the hero line. Often in hard enduro racing, you'll have the safety line, you'll have the hero line. The hero line works really great, but you've got to pull it off, high consequence, and you'll have the safety line, which is obviously safer, but generally takes a bit longer. So he's obviously feeling good, happy to pump the front up. He's got strength left in his arms and able to ride that straight over onto the boulder, not drop in the front like Manny did the first time.
So there he's on that big flat rock and he's got the drive he needs to clear over all those gaps. And we did see Tero Kovachev going through gate number 2 of Leatt LIVemaniacs. So he is on his last loop here. And interestingly, he lost nearly 3 minutes to Manuel Lettenbichler on that second loop. Manny taking 5 minutes 32 and Teo 8 minutes 50. So Theodore hemorrhaging time here to Manuel Lettenbichler.
That was nice. So that was a cheeky little pivot up onto that rock. That was very smooth. Okay, he's going to try and get as much of this done in one pull. There you go.
Nice riding, Teo. So Teo's bringing it back now. I think he had a little talk to himself as they were scanning his board, but he needs to get it together. As we see Ashton Brightmore on the left-hand side of picture, feet on the pegs, absolute precision from Ashton Brightmore.
Riding feet on the pegs down that left line as well. That's ballsy.
Is that Sonny Gaudier? So Sonny just off the bike as Ashton comes past him.
So this downhill is just a whole succession of front wheel traps, and I think Sonny managed to get caught up in one of those.
So we've only got Tero Kovachev in this top section of the course, which means we've got 4 or 5 riders battling it out in that bottom section as Tero makes his way through the chute. Let's see, is he going to go for the lily pad option, which is the slightly quicker one? Yes, there he goes.
Done.
Nicely done, Teo. And this section of rocks here, a little bit flatter for him. Nice riding, Teo. So much better lap here from Tero Kovachev.
This section is possibly one of the few parts of this track that might get easier with a bit more traffic, right? Like the rocks kind of get dragged into the holes a bit more. And I think also knowing what you're up for, this is one of the sections that maybe wouldn't be quite as scary on the third lap as it would be on your first.
Yeah, and the section that he's coming up to now, there was a lot of loose rocks there where they sort of cross over the halfway mark. I think as they get dragged down, we'll make it a bit smoother for them, as you say. So here he is now, as this section, they were hopping off here. There you go, Tero Kovachev. So he's halfway through. He needs to complete this bottom section of the Leatt LIVemaniacs now. Oh, a nice pivot turn.
Guys, maybe got a little bit of a bottleneck there. You can see one of the Brightmores taking a break.
Looks like Ashton. So that's Mitch Brightmore. That's in the front of our shot here. Taking a breath before he attacks this last section up to the Red Bull Arch.
You see the amount of sweat on Mitch's back behind the Krieger bag there. He's been working. I don't think anybody's going to be complaining that today was too easy.
And Sonny Gaudier, we saw just in the back there. So Sonny having a very good day here as well on day 2 of Red Bull Romaniacs. As we see, here we go, the 2 Brightmore brothers, Mitch and Ashton Brightmore.
Whoa, that was mental! Oh my gosh! Okay, does that line go somewhere now?
What is going through the mind of Tero Kovachev and Tom Scales as they saw Mitch Brightmore doing that?
Unfortunately, I don't think that. I mean, it was incredibly impressive, but I'm not sure it actually goes anywhere.
So we've got Tom Scales and James Moore in the same picture, but James is just off his bike there as I think it's Tero. I'm not sure if it's Tero or Lorenzo Gandola.
I think it's Lorenzo.
It's Lorenzo just waiting for James to clear there so he can get through. As we saw Teo. So Teo almost through his last loop now.
See Lorenzo looking around. Maybe there are other options here, guys. Like, this is not one lined.
Yeah.
You could make a plan here.
And we talked about this when you and I walked, that the track is really nice and wide. There's different line choices. There are risks, of course, if they haven't done it, but there's massive reward if you can make that overtake.
But man, there's some time to be made if someone wants to get brave here.
So in our shot here, we've got James Moore on the right-hand side We have Tom Scales there on number 8 in the middle with the USN. Mitch Brightmore on the left just waiting, saying, come on, guys, let's get going. As Teodor Kovacev, he's had enough. He wants to go. He's tired of waiting. Oh! So Mitch tipping over.
I think Mitch saw the movement, thought, okay, yeah, we can't sit here. Let's go. No more being polite. Worth a risk, worth a try. Didn't quite pull it off. Maybe he's got a line that he wants to work on, though.
Lorenzo Gondola got some good drive up there to get up to where Teo is now. So we've got both the Sherka Factory Racing teammates in the same shot here.
There you go. Mitch is working on something.
Is there team tactics that's going to come and play here? You know, Lorenzo knows that Teodor's in second place. Does he help him out? Does he wait for him? Does he go for it?
I don't think so.
Ashton Brightmore taking a different line. Poor Bolt's.
Teo's actually dropped off the side of where he wants to be. So that's going to give Ashton a chance to sneak around and actually make some time.
Mitch Brightmore lining up a hero move here. Looks like... let's see what he's got in store for us.
So this, again, shows you how impressive Manny's pull all the way. So Manny got all the way up this section that everyone's scrumming around on at the moment, all in one pull.
And Tom Scales has got nowhere to go. He's going to use this little pause here to catch his breath. But
see Mike trying to open up some branches and try and find an alternative route that's going to work for Mitch. Go on. Do something impressive.
Mark Skinner, former track manager here at Red Bull Romaniacs, getting back to work again.
No shortage of experience of smashing bushes off trees.
So I'm actually pretty surprised to see all these guys waiting here, because on the loops that we saw earlier and Manny Littenbichler, the way he flew up there, it really is a bit surprising for me.
I wonder if maybe he's hit a one key rock that made that line work as it's now rolled out of the way, or maybe it doesn't work like it used to.
Could be, yeah.
Sometimes tracks get easier, sometimes tracks get worse. There we go. There's the hero line.
Well done, Mitch.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, boy.
So that should be able to get him straight up onto that big boulder that he needs to get onto. Pivot round to the left, and he is out of there.
And Sonny Gojia looks like he's going for the same line there, but what riding from Mitch Brightmore. We were waiting to see that hero line from him, jumping across that gap. I don't think Skinner can quite believe what he's seen.
So we knew from walking this section is not one line. There was that favoured line for sure, the obvious choice, but you could see, man, that's looking around, making a plan. That's exactly what we wanted to see.
And Teodor now on the right-hand side here. Teodor, I think, is going to be steaming in that helmet. He is hemorrhaging time to Manuel Lettenbichler. Teodor was second on the race so far. As we cut back to James Moore coming back down from the top section.
And Ashton absolutely banking time now. Everyone else is stationary. That is a big win for him. Teo off the bike again.
Poor guy just needs to get into the finish now. Come on, Teo. So Sonny Gojia, I don't know. He's looking at that line that Mitch Brightmore took, but sure, that was quite a bit of riding from Mitch Brightmore.
I think Thomas he's committed to that left line. Once Lorenzo clears it out.
So Lorenzo Gondola starting to scrum a bit now as we see Teo launching. And he's off again.
That is one tired human being, eh?
You're almost there now, Teo. Keep it going, boy. There he goes. So he's going to scan out. He is done with Leatt LIVemaniacs. Happy to be put it behind him. He'll be in the finish any minute. Let's just wait and see what the time gap's going to be now to Manuel Lettenbichler.
So some uncharacteristic mistakes from Teo, I think, safe to say. The tank was empty.
And we spoke about the patience too, though, and putting this puzzle together. You know, maybe he just wasn't quite patient enough.
I mean, also as well, like you're trying to make time on the best guy to ever do it. You've got to give it everything. You got to empty the tank.
100%.
Maybe he emptied it 15 minutes too early, but hey, you've got to leave everything out there if you're going to try and beat Manny Lettenbichler. So full respect to him. Incredible effort.
Mitch Brightmore here. Impressive riding by Mitch Brightmore. Him and Ashton have trained together so much. They know these kind of conditions. As we see Matty Green trying to figure it out.
How's Matty going to solve this puzzle? Is he going for the Brightmore line or the Manny line?
And Chris, in terms of nutrition, we know that we are so close to the end here. But as you're arriving at this Leatt LIVemaniacs section, we know that you've probably got about 20 minutes of riding. Do you take a gel, take a gel that can probably pull you through and get you to the finish? What's sort of the tactic, do you think?
I think with the guys being this close to the finish, most of the time they'll just, nope, send it. I'll hold full gas to the finish, and I'll figure it out when I get there and start trying to rebuild from tomorrow from there. Earlier on in the days, for sure. For me personally, whenever there was an opportunity, I was hooking a gel, hooking a bar. I never ever wanted to get hungry and take every opportunity to replace the calories. But, you know, in this Leatt LIVemaniacs section, it's such an opportunity to lose time, to make time. You're not going to be reaching for gels in a situation like this. You're just going to empty the tank, leave it all out there.
So Ashton Brightmore, he has been off the bike for some time with an injury, but he's definitely been putting in the training, putting in his homework, because he's giving us a demonstration of riding here, similar to what we saw from Manny Lettenbichler. And he just keeps going. Hardly takes a moment's breath. Just shows the fitness level of this man in our picture. I wonder where Mitch has got off to, because these two brothers, Ashton Brightmore and Mitch Brightmore, were pretty close together. But I think that hero line that we saw from Mitch has just pulled out that minute or so ahead of his brother Ashton. Tom Scales there on the left-hand side. He's losing a bit of time here now to Ashton Brightmore, because Tom was on a great run for the day, as high as third position on the road at one point.
I think with this Leatt LIVemaniacs section being so late in the day, and what's turned into a really big day for these guys, it really is a who's got the most left in the tank competition.
So we haven't seen it on picture, but Teodor Kovachev is in the finish. He is finished day 2 of Red Bull Romaniacs, but he has lost 12 minutes and 19 seconds today on Manny Lettenbichler. So, Chris, this section of Leatt LIVemaniacs today is everything that we wanted.
Absolutely. Like, it's a completely different style of hard enduro to what we saw yesterday. Completely different terrain. The thing I like the most, there's still so many lines. It's multi-choice. We did see it start to bottleneck, and the guy's like, nope, I'm not doing that. I'm making time, and opened up this new line. I think the course designers have done a really good job to make it super challenging, but make it multiple options, multiple lines. That's really what we want to see in this sport.
So Mitch Brightmore just off there. Is that a strap dangling off the back of his bike there? One of those straps to pull up the rear wheel?
Yeah, struggling straps come off. It'd be interesting to see whether he goes for the hero line that he invented, or if he's going to go for the conventional line now that line's open to him. I think what he's doing is trying to get really set up to pull all the way up there in one move. Can he pull it off? All the way past the Cardo banner in one pull.
Oh, feet on the pegs. Look at that.
Oh, not quite.
Just
not quite.
Oh, no. That's not what he wanted.
Well, the bonus is we get to see him try again.
Absolutely.
Hopefully the bike's all in one piece. And just like that, his brother's back on him.
So uncharacteristic error here from Mitch Brightmore. Looks like he maybe lost his GPS in the process. Oop. He's not too worried about that.
Sort that out later.
Yep.
Okay. So one brother going left, one brother going right. No, is it going back to the line that worked last time?
Yeah.
If he can get to it.
So as these two battle it out, I can just tell you that in terms of the overall from the prologue, day 1 and day 2 here, Manuel Lettenbichler now has a commanding lead of 19 minutes and 37 seconds over Theodor Kabatchev.
And very much with a race on for third, right?
Yeah. Mickey Volkner having an outstanding race so far. Let's see how close he can get to Theodor Kabatchev.
Okay. Mitch is going for the line that worked so well from last time. Oh, bit of a spin. Ashton's going for the hero line. Not the hero line, the conventional line. But I think that left line's got worse.
It looks, I think so, yeah.
I think something's moved, something's spun up. It's not what it was before.
It's like where Paul Bolton's standing now, there's like a big hole there, which is breaking all the momentum to try and get up and over.
And Mitch has made his line work. Oh, this is good watching.
Now, Mitch so far, the only rider taking that right line. Nobody else really wanting to commit to it.
I think Lorenzo's lining it up.
Come on, Lorenzo, let's see it, boy.
Feeling good.
As Ashton Brightmore just takes a second before he gets through the Red Bull Arch. There you go, Lorenzo.
Oh, not the launch, not the launch that he wanted.
So the problem there was that that rock is not completely flat. He's a little bit of an angle, maybe just not quite the right clutch control and that rear wheel spinning out.
Matty making his way down. He's had a pretty decent day too,
He
right?
has. He's loving today. Matty Green was loving today, telling Diana that it was pretty easy for him and he's going to be enjoying himself.
That's right. He was talking it up. I wonder how he feels at the end of the section.
Brilliant riding there, Matty Green. Feet on the pegs. Beautiful to watch. Look at the boy go.
Nicely done, Matt.
Matty Green also pretty capable on a downhill mountain bike. So bit of a cross skill levels coming through here. So Mitch Brightmore in the finish line. That was some of the best riding we've seen in Leatt LIVemaniacs today from Mitch Brightmore.
I'm really excited to see how the times end up from today. I think we're going to see a bit of movement. Not at the front. That's pretty solid. Matty's locked it down, but I think a bit further back we're going to see a big reshuffle today.
So we've got the top 4 riders of the day in the finish line. Manuel Lettenbichler in first place. Theodor Kabatchev still hanging on to second, as we saw him having a pretty rough time here in Leatt LIVemaniacs. Mickey Volkner in third and James Moore in fourth. These are the results for day 2 here of Red Bull Romaniacs.
So Sonny Goggia here lining it up. Super experienced rider. Really good technical rider. He's been in the sport for a long time and yeah. And probably one of the top privateer guys.
Yeah, definitely. Only 30 seconds separating Mickey Volkner and James Moore. So James made up huge time here at Leatt LIVemaniacs. Manuel Lettenbichler on the second loop here, because I think that's the best loop to judge the times here between these guys, was streaks ahead at 6 minutes and 44 seconds. Way faster than the other riders, because Marco Volkner was at 9 minutes 21 and actually, James Moore 5 minutes and 57 seconds. So James Moore super fast on lap 2 here of Leatt LIVemaniacs.
Is that Thomas Scales having a struggle?
Yeah, Tom he's not loving this part of the course. On the loop prior to this one, he was here for quite a bit of time. As we see Sonny Goggia lining up Mitch Brightmore's line.
Maybe he's changing it up, looking for a different angle of attack on that.
Look how long he just sort of track balanced on the pegs there.
No shortage of balance there, eh? Oh, he didn't quite get it. Didn't quite get the back wheel into the pocket that he needed to.
So come on, Tom. Tom, very strong rider out of South Africa, super fit. He wants to try and get over that section now. Chris, that was all we wanted today here at Leatt LIVemaniacs.
Absolutely. That shaped up exactly how we wanted it to. Watching the top guys battle back and forth, alternative lines opening up, a few crashes, a few spills, everyone okay? Couldn't ask for more.
So in that section, who do we say is, who would you give the ride of the day to through Leatt LIVemaniacs? Manuel Littenbichler, so calm, calculated, nothing special, nothing like, that said, wow, Mitch Brightmore going for the massive lines.
Yeah, you got to give it to Mitch. Opening up that alternative line, that could have made the, if he hadn't have done that, that section could have been really boring. And he put on a great show for us, opened people's eyes up to how well the track managers have made this into a proper racetrack with multiple lines. Man of the match for me is Mitch.
And James Moore too. I mean, James Moore was also pretty calm, calculated, had the fastest time of the second loop, made up huge time on the day. The race for the overall, Manny has a pretty comfortable buffer now to second place, but the title and the battles are on for the rest of the podium positions.
And I think it's so awesome that we got to see probably the most important part of this race live on the Leatt LIVemaniacs.
Yeah, definitely. Tomorrow we are heading back into another one of our favorite valleys, the Martini Valley. Join us tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Summer European time.
Eastern European summertime.
Thanks, Chris. I keep butchering that one.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
But join us there tomorrow for the Galindo. You are going to want to see it. You're going to not want to miss out. Cheers for now, and we see you tomorrow.
Six wins at Red Bull Romania. Yeah, boy. Yeah.